AFTV Turkish. Wow, what? How do we sum up that game? How do we sum up that game? It was like Arsenal in a nutshell. Some good bits, some bad bits, and then also the referees that seem to be. I don't think they are specifically against Arsenal, but it does seem that way. The way some of these decisions have gone against us this season.
Yeah. People say you win some, you lose some. We tend to lose an awful lot of them, but that isn't the main issue today, Rob. I think what you said is bang on. You know, this is typical in terms of Arsenal in a nutshell. We can look at just the performance and we can say we expect that here and there because we should be expecting that type of performance now. We can look at the result and say that's expected because we've had results like that all season, you know, where you look at it maybe as a 3-pointer and you barely take anything from it. You look at the mistake, and that's something that everyone should be expecting now. And I'm not saying only from that man. It's been from that man 2 weeks in a row now, but there's other players in the team that I expect similar mistakes from every once in a while. And that's... I
don't know if you saw the stat. The stat, I was just doing a thing with DT, and I was telling him about that stat as well, that he's made 8 mistakes since 2016-17 season. 8 mistakes that have directly led to a goal. That's more than any other player in the Premier League. That's a horrendous stat. You know, I mean, listen, he has been playing all right so far this season.
No, Rob, that's the thing. I wouldn't say he's been playing all right. I think we just, you know, I think without meaning to, we've lowered our standards and expectations. I think Xhaka's good. Xhaka on a good day is a 5 or a 6, I'd say, out of 10. And that's not good enough. You know, and I'm not saying he doesn't get 5s and 6s and that's average and just above average. He has performances like that, yeah. But in the last 2 weeks, he's cost us, no? You know, with a goal apiece. The Burnley game before, when he got the red card, you know, he was part of that result too. After the Chelsea game, when he scored his free kick and we won, he came out and he said, people were talking a lot after Burnley and he wants to show his attitude and character and all of that. Obviously, with his chest out because he scored a free kick. But people are going to talk a lot more after Burnley again now. Because at the end of the day, it tends to be one man in the middle that we've relied on. Xhaka has been the mainstay in the middle for us since 2016-17. We've gone through various partnerships, but Xhaka seems to be the mainstay. And it just hasn't worked. At 28 years of age, you expect the mainstay at Arsenal Football Club, the one that's been there for 5 years, to potentially be captain. We've seen what he did with that. And to potentially be the one that's efficient. You know, maybe you look at Henderson at Liverpool, for example, who when he was first signed, a lot of people laughed at Liverpool, didn't expect much of him. As time went on, he built a reputation for himself because he became efficient. He does a job.
Xhaka. Sorry, I missed. Sorry, you were just saying about Henderson because I missed that part that you said. Can you say that again?
Yeah, you see with the Henderson situation at Liverpool, a lot of people looked at Henderson initially as a poor signing, as typical of Liverpool in that sense of wasting money. But Henderson made a reputation for himself now as someone who does a good job, efficient. You know, he's not the greatest in the middle. And would Henderson perform at that level at other clubs? Probably not. But at the end of the day, he's so important to what Liverpool have achieved over the last few years. But Xhaka, on the other hand, since he signed for us, Rob, we haven't made top 4. Does it all go down to him? No. But we finished second the season before we signed Xhaka and Mustafi. We finished second, Rob. And since finishing second, we haven't finished top 4. We've got to look around and see what remains from that team to now. And, you know, he is one of them. I didn't want to make this interview about him because I've talked about him enough over the years. Like I've talked about other players enough over the years. We've got rid of some. We've still got some. All I know is that these purple patches people talk about and this good form people talk about, I think, you know, we're lying to ourselves because the good form and the purple patches, you know, other clubs won't look over and be jealous of us ever having Granit Xhaka, regardless of how good we think he has been over 5 to 6 games. So I think we as fans need to understand this summer, there's still a lot of work to be done.
And you think he's one of those players that this summer needs to go?
Look, I just done my stream, Rob, and this summer, yeah, if I looked at what central midfielders I'd take into next season, Partey would be the only one. Ceballos, I'd send back. El Nene, Xhaka and Willock, I'd move on from. But does that sound realistic? It doesn't, because we also need a right back. We also potentially need a striker. There's other areas. So realistically, we might get 2 in, 2 out. And I also asked the viewers on my stream, there was about 700 people on there, who they would choose out of Xhaka, El Nene and Ceballos to keep on next season. Ceballos won the majority, followed by Xhaka with a few El Nene votes. For me, I feel like Granit Xhaka, we need to move on from him because it's become more than just the quality on the pitch now. I feel like it's become a very much a sour relationship between him and the fan base. You know, I feel like when he performs well, his chest is out because of the way the fan base are when he doesn't perform well. And I get that, but at the same time, there's no benefit in that for the club. So I feel like this summer, yes, central midfield we have to look at, and if a good enough offer comes in, certainly we have to consider it.
Okay, I want to find out how did you stand on the handball penalty decision?
That's a penalty, Rob. You know, his arm's out. Pepe's hit it over him. He's about to pass him. You know, it's a clear penalty. His arm was in an unnatural position. Even before the VAR dramas of this season and the seasons gone by, I would say that's a penalty. You know, his hand is out in front. He stopped the ball going. Pepe was getting past him. No doubt about it. The first initial handball, there's an argument for. The second, there's no argument for. We should have got that penalty, without a doubt. But we shouldn't be waiting until the last 5 minutes to really turn it on. Pepe had a good impact, but he missed the sitter as well. Obviously, we hit the bar and the post. But Leno saved us in that second half too with a great save from Chris Wood. And they had the best chance of that second half until the last 5 minutes. So I think it's Arsenal in a nutshell, like you said.
Yeah, big one on Thursday now, man. Big one. The next couple, the two against Olympiacos, Tottenham.
Listen, Tottenham's always a cup final. Yeah, that goes without saying. But Olympiacos, both legs are cup finals. Let's just hope we stay in that in the first one, because at the end of the day, I don't know what to expect. I don't know who we're going to go with. We haven't seen Bellerin for a couple of weeks. Does that mean he's coming straight back in? Cedric, he wasn't even on the bench today. Who's going to be right back? That's interesting because that's important. I feel like centrally now, after Xhaka's mistake, will he go straight in with him again, considering how, you know, behind the scenes, you know, things have come into play in terms of mentality and character. Let's see. So I can't say hand on heart right now with my chest out whether I'm confident against Olympiacos, but it is a cup final, Rob. Because us as a fan base, we all wanted one thing going into this season, in my opinion. At the end of the season, if we got Champions League football, that was a win for us. Yeah, I know we're 10th or 11th or 9th, and Europa League looks a long way off. Even if we're in the semis, even if we're in a final, for me, it's a long way off because I think we're going to need to ride our luck if we are to reach that far. But Champions League football gives half of the fan base a reason to boast, brag, get onto other clubs. Cool. But it also gives the other half a reason to look at the board and finally say, listen, we have the money. We have the wages off the wage bill. Clean slate. You believe in this manager? Let's do it now. I just fear that without it, without Champions League football, more excuses come. And more excuses come, the more, you know, the true problem gets overshadowed yet again. So I think Olympiacos, because of last season as well, we've got to go do them. Ideally, in the first leg, get the job done. But Arsenal never make it easy, Rob.
Today's show is sponsored by Profit Accumulator, the UK's #1 match betting service. So what is match betting? It's a method that's used by individuals to profit from free bets and incentives offered by bookmakers. By leveraging one bookie's offer against another bookie's offer, it's possible to ensure that the odds are in your favour. And when you sign up to Profit Accumulator, they will walk you through how to do match betting with their easy to follow video guides. Profit Accumulator have a friendly 7-day-a-week customer support team that will help you with any questions that you might have. So what are you waiting for? Click the link in the description and you can start your Profit Accumulator journey today and you won't regret it.